and welcome back to Lantern Creek Farm.
If you want to just skip right to the breeding information, I am doing a chart at the end of this video, so it's right there at the end if you want to watch that.
Alrighty guys, we are in here with a few of the rabbits, and if you can't guess the topic of the day, it is rabbits. Today we're going to talk about our plans, our breeding plans for the rabbits this year. Alright guys, this is Miss Pipsqueak, and we cannot talk about our plans for breeding without this girl right here. Now, Miss Pipsqueak was born April 1st. She was part of an April Fool's litter that we got, and she is now coming of age to be bred this year. Now, we're going to do something pretty controversial. We are going to breed her back to her father. We're going to be doing line breeding. I'm doing this line breeding pretty much what it boils down to is temperament and color. Her dad throws color. He also throws albinos, I believe, but he does throw color. And she is gray and white, as you've seen, and her dad, Mr. Rover, is brown and white, or like a reddish white, as you can see here. Now, I kept another female out of a litter between our Flemish Giant Momma and him as well, and she's also gray and white like Pipsqueak. Now, we've had litters with solid colors, and I did keep a male back out of the solid colors of the last litter we had that is related to and is the sister of, and in the same litter, the litter mate of Miss Honey over here. You've probably seen him in shorts and videos. His name is Blue. But we're not going to talk about Honey and Blue right now because we're talking about breeding plans. So we have 6 rabbits that we've saved back, 4 of which are breeding age. 2 of those are Wilbur and Miss Pipsqueak here. They were in the same litter. Wilbur is an albino, and so I'm probably not going to breed him. I kept him back for eating purposes, for meat purposes, and we got so busy and it got so hot so quick that we decided that we would not be butchering him in the summer. And so I've tried to sell him as a pet because he is rather large, and we were wanting some fryers, but his size is going to put him on the tougher meat side, and so he won't be a fryer. So if we do decide to butcher him, and he does not sell as a pet or a breeder for somebody else, he will be probably baked or something like that, slow cooked. But I'm getting off subject here. So we kept Pipsqueak back specifically for breeding. Now, I am breeding specifically for traits, the traits of gentleness. First and foremost, gentleness. I want to raise rabbits on my homestead and farm that are gentle. For those of you that don't know or haven't handled rabbits much or haven't been around rabbits much or haven't farmed rabbits or any of those things above, rabbits can be aggressive. They can be very aggressive. They can hurt you very quickly and very easily, and they can do quite a bit of damage. So our 2 original breeders, which was Rover and Clover, both of them are of a kind of gentle nature. They're gentle for rabbits that haven't been handled very much previously to us getting them. Clover and Rover still run away from us in the cages when they're going to be handled, and so that was a trait I did not want on this farm. So if you notice from the video that I just showed you of Pipsqueak there, I can touch her and she will be still. Same thing goes for Wilbur. He's not as tame as her, and I find that males just aren't as tame as females can be. That's just a general statement, though. I'm sure that there are some that are more, can be tamed down more. But all that to say, I wanted to breed for gentleness. Secondly, I wanted to breed for color. For those of you who don't know, color sells better when it's trying to be resale. Breeders who sell rabbits or raise rabbits typically do not want a solid color rabbit if they're just selling like mixed breeds, like I am. Now, there's rabbits that people breed that have pedigrees and stuff like that, show rabbits. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about people that just want like a pet rabbit, or just want rabbits for resale, or even like us that are raising them for resale and for eating purposes. Typically they sell better, they will sell better if they are colorful. Colorful as I mean spotted. They can pretty much be any color with white, just as long as they have spotted. Black and white, brown and white, red and white, gray and white. Those all sell very, very well. The solid colors do not sell as well. That's something that I've learned in our first year of selling. Speaking with other buyers and sellers who do the same thing that we do. When they're looking for a rabbit, they're looking for a spotted rabbit. And so I have that mixed in my litters. And so that is why I am going to try for our going into our second year here to have I guess our second breeding season. It's going to put us it's going to put us at the end of the year. So going into our second breeding season here, I want to breed Pipsqueak back to her father. We're going to do line breeding, and we're going to see if we breed them together, if we can get more spot and color. And so that is why I'm breeding Pipsqueak. Now, for anybody who is not comfortable with that, I'm not telling you to do that. Yes, it is technically inbred, but it's more line breeding than inbreeding. We do not want to breed a brother and sister together. We do not want to do that, but it's perfectly acceptable in the animal world with multiple different types of animals. When you're looking for specific traits, that you can line breed. And so we are line breeding Miss Pipsqueak and her father together. I'll probably only do it the one time. Hopefully I can maybe get another buck later on, but we'll just have to see. Alrighty guys, we had to cut off there for a minute. It seems like me and Andy always seem to mesh, him mowing and me videoing. And so if you hear the mower in the background, it's Andy mowing. Okay, so part of our breeding plan this year is also to breed our original doe, the mother of all the other rabbits here besides this guy right here. This is our male breeder. This is our buck, our main buck. He's going to be bred back to the original doe. So Miss Clover will be bred back to him. We're going to try to get at least one more litter out of her. And so she is getting older, but she hasn't been overbred. I want to stress this. I have not overbred my doe. Something I don't believe in is overbreeding an animal. We don't want to stress their bodies or stress them in any way. And so she was 3. She was 2 or 3 when we started breeding her, and which in rabbit years is kind of old when it comes to breeding. And she has only had 2 litters. And she is going on 4, I believe. And so she has just had the 2 litters, and I also did not do them back to back. Actually, I take that back. She did have 3 litters, but she did not, that first litter did not survive, which is typical for first-time mamas. So, and that goes to the reason why I'm going to try to breed her one more time. At least this one more time, is if Pipsqueak does not produce babies, we do still want to try to get babies, and I know that Clover, our main female, our bigger female, has more of a chance of having live babies than our Pipsqueak here. And so that is why I'm breeding her back. I would like to get one more litter out of her. Now, she hasn't had a litter of babies for, let me see, she's been off 3 months, and we're not breeding until October. And so she's got a good while before she has another set. I hope I'm telling you right. I think it's been 3 months. It's been at least 2. It's been 3 months. It's probably been close to 3 months. And so there's large gaps in between the times that that I've bred her. And so I do not want to overbreed her. I do not want to diminish her body in any way or take from her body. And I do maybe overfeed my animals a little too much. I don't feed them, so they're overweight and break down their body. But I do feed them well. They get a very good diet. On top of the fact, after she has babies, I do make sure that she gets some of that nutrients replenished while she's nursing and after she has babies. And so she will be bred back to our Mr. Rover here. Him and her typically, for the last couple of litters that we have had, they throw solid colors. She is a Flemish Giant doe, and she produces really good size. So that's what you want for grow outs. And there's a lot of people out there who are looking for pets, or people that are looking to do what we are going to do that want that size. And so that's another reason why I went with the Flemish Giants, because they could produce a lot of meat in a short period of time. And so that being said, with her breed, it comes with solid colors. They produce solid colors. That's what they produce. He is a New Zealand, and so he produces albino and the spotted colors. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if a purebred albino, a purebred, or a purebred New Zealand. That being said lightly, because I don't really know how they keep track of rabbits. I'm sure there's a way to do that, but I haven't looked into it. And I'm not going to say that he's 100% purebred. So the quotation marks is saying that the possibility that he's purebred, somebody told me I haven't seen the papers. He doesn't have papers, so I don't know for sure. But that being said, he has, I believe, produced albinos for us, which the Flemish Giants can produce albinos, from my understanding. And he has produced the spotted for us. And the reason why I state that I believe that he gives us the albinos is because I can see a difference in the litters and how they grow. So our spotted and our albinos usually grow to this size, but the ones that we have that are solid colors, like our browns or our solid grays, usually come out Flemish Giant size. They have, for the last 3 litters, the solid color ones have come out to be more like their mama, and so they take after the Flemish Giant traits. So y'all, this is our breeding plans. I hope I didn't bore you with too much talking, because I did do a lot of talking. I hope you could keep track of what I was trying to say, but I just wanted to let you all know that this was our breeding plans for the year, or for the end of the year. I'm super excited about it, and this is something else that I didn't add. We are specifically breeding, hold on, we are specifically breeding in October, the first week of October, so that we can have babies for the Christmas season. For people that buying for Christmas gifts, it'll also be cooler, and people will want to be butchering in the cooler months.
All right, guys, through all my talking, I don't know if you all got a good grasp of what our breeding plans for the year. So here's our chart. At the top, we have our buck Rover, and I will be breeding him back to his daughter. Pipi is what she's labeled, Pipsqueak here. And I'm going to breed back to see what colors we get. And so I'm going to breed a spotted to a spotted to see if we get spotted. I'm also going to be breeding our Flemish Giant female doe, our original older doe, back to the original buck, which is Rover up here at the top. I pretty much know what I can get out of them. I've had 3 litters out of them, and so I have a general idea that it's going to be mixed colored. We're going to get some that are Flemish Giant size, and we're going to get some that are the New Zealand side. And so I'm going to breed, like I said, the daughter to the father, which are both, have the New Zealand in them. So I'm not going to get as big a size as I would with the Flemish Giant, although Pipi is Flemish Giant and New Zealand cross, which are both meat crosses. And I also want to explain better. In the video, I said that I was breeding for 2 things, which was gentleness and for color, and those are what I am doing for resale and for our farming purposes. But I didn't explain that size also matters as well, because I have 2 meat breeds. So if you are breeding for meat purposes, you do want to make sure that you are breeding for a good size. Gentleness and color matters too. If you are doing for resale, gentleness matters regardless whether you're doing for resale or for meat, but you do want to make sure that you are breeding for an adequate size. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope that y'all will come back and watch another one. We'll see you later. Bye.